Okay, so I did my doctor interview on OBGYN Jessica Johnson. She works at an office here in Newport News and delivers at one of the local hospitals as well. Um, I asked her four questions, some of the things I got from the Born in the USA book. So the first one was her view on cytotech. She said cytotech is not her first choice and she rarely tries to use it. She does understand the dangers of using cytotech, but working in the medical fields in her field, she has seen a few other doctors use it, and she said they still rave about it. But she said her go to induction tool is Pitocin. But she said that's if they have to completely necessarily need an induction. She says she tries to do everything that she can to avoid an induction, and that includes sometimes even playing the role as a doula. If they don't have one, just giving them different positions and different things to try so that induction is not needed. Unless of course then it's medically needed, then she goes ahead and induces them with Pitocin. Um, do you support VBACs is my second question. And she said definitely. She said as long as everything looks fine throughout pregnancy, labor, and delivery, she said there's no reason why a VBAC can't be possible. Um, yeah, as long as there's no major concern, then I try my best to help the VBAC occur. Question three was, how do you feel about home births and birth centers? Birth center births. She said she supports out of hospital birth and has even had one herself in another state. Excuse me. She said she had her baby at a birth center, and it was a great experience. She said as long as everyone is knowledgeable about out of hospital birth, then I support it. So that includes the midwife, any doulas or anything that's going to be there. As long as the birthing person has knowledgeable people that are supporting her and treating her with respect and showing them, helping them through this process, and she supports it. My last question was, how did you get into the medical field? She said, I always knew I wanted to be a doctor since I was young. She said she went straight from high school to a college, a college in Richmond, to start studying nursing. And then from there, she went and uh, continued her studies on to become an OBGYN. And that's it. Oh, so I did know that it was interesting to see that a lot of the stories that we have read so far in Born in the USA, she hasn't specifically read, but when I started telling her about them, she could understand and I guess pretty much not support everything that was being said in the book, because of course she still has to use she works in the hospital, so she said they do use the medical model. When I explain the different models, they use more so of the medical model there. But she says in her case, she says she tries to be a mix of the medical model and I guess the midwifery model of care, because she tries to put the patient first and realize that this is a birthing person, and birth is hard sometimes, but it is natural and can happen on its own if we just let it happen. So yeah, that was really good to know.